Hi, we're here at V Forum in Sydney, and I'm here with some folks from Optus who've just launched a cloud compute called Elevate. This is Rob and Andrew. Thanks for coming, guys.
Thanks, Brett.
Thank
Now that Elevate's got some customers on board, I guess we're starting to ask a few questions about what happens now. Once you've convinced them to come on board, you talked today, Rob, about some different pricing models that are evolving around the cloud. Can you give us an idea about where that's heading?
Well, it's heading in, obviously, that you can select a certain capacity that you require. We can provide that time of day. But at the moment, I think it's important, Brett, that we've only just launched the service. It is really around slices that we offer. It's done on a daily basis, billed monthly. And we'll talk to customers, and as I've said, over time, we'll evolve.
Okay. In some of the public clouds, you mentioned that they get locked into whatever instance the marketing people at that company have chosen as the right format. Can you tell us a little bit about how that works a bit differently when you're working with your local telco?
Well, when you're working with Optus, we'll be providing an ability for you to scale up and scale down within the environment that you purchased, and that's the way IT organisations work today. So it's really just taking what they have in their own organisation and replicating it in the cloud, rather than saying we're selling them predetermined services where they might have inefficiency. We can have a pool of resources and they can be as efficient as they like.
What about transparency of pricing? I guess one good thing about some of the public cloud computes is that you can look at a price list and do your sums and figure out what it's going to cost. Do you provide those price lists? Is there a price list for an enterprise customer who talks to Optus, or is there some kind of calculation engine that they can look at how much data is coming in and out and figure all that kind of thing out?
Well, we start with the price list, but unfortunately in Australia there's different locations, there's different capacity requirements, and so we do need to understand the specific customer requirement. But they can get a ballpark. We've given the pricing per slice, we've given the pricing of storage. So I think it's closer to a price book than it is to a let's start from a blank sheet of paper, but we also respect and understand that there may be needs to adjust that for the specific customer.
Okay, and you mentioned today that in the future maybe the pricing models might move into more complex or more choice, I guess, on the table, a bit like today's mobile phone plans. Have you seen any indication of that internationally already? What kind of gave you the idea that maybe that's where it could go?
I don't think we've seen a lot of that. It is just an emerging business, but I think when you start to understand that customers have different requirements, different capacities at different times of the day, different days of the month, different months of the year, we would understand that over time, especially coming from a telco background, that you need to adjust for those customers. So our prediction is coming from really our telco experience around off-peak rates, around different charges for weekends, different family and friend plans, and we think some of that will translate into the cloud area.